Okay, we're going to play some Slitherlink. I'm going to use the Slitherlink, online Slitherlink by Crazy Dad, which is my favorite. So if you like this, go give him some money, will you please? And I'm going to choose one, which is in the 10 by 10 variety, which I like because it has a bunch of patterns that are really easy to get you started. I'm assuming that you're at a pretty beginning level but that you know the rules of Slitherlink. All right, let's start by looking at the corners, as I always do. 3s get that configuration, 2s get this configuration like that, and 1s can put X's there to indicate that there's no segment that'll go there. Now, I use X's a lot in this demonstration to show you where not to put segments. You don't have to use them, but especially when you're beginning, they're really important to help you to puzzle it out, so to speak. Ha ha ha. So zeros have 0 segments, so they get 4 X's. Okay, 3s next to zeros. 3s have lots of patterns. So 3s next to zeros have 2 really common patterns. So if they're on a corner diagonally from a 0, they get this. And that's because anytime you have an implied corner like that, whether it's in an actual corner, next to a 0, or just next to 2 X's, the 3 is going to have a bracket like that, 2 segments in the corner. When you have a 3 next to or on top of or below a 0, it gets a little top hat like that, because it's already got the X. It needs the 3 other ones to be solved, and then those segments need to continue. So they need to turn that corner. All right, other 3 patterns. See these 2 3s stacked on each other, or 2 3s next to each other? It could be 2 3s, it could be more than that. But if you have at least a pair of 3s on top of or next to each other, they get this pattern where there's line segments between and on the side, and then X's alongside of the middle segments there. And this pattern always resolves in a S pattern. So here, this 3 points up this way, and then the 3 points up that way. And I'm not going to tell you the complete logic for every one of these patterns. I'm just going to play as I go along. All right, so this 2 can be finished here. So let's just finish let's finish that one. All right, more 3s here. So we have 3s, 2 diagonal 3s, 2 diagonal 3s, or diagonal 3s with 2s between them get the same treatment, which is like that. We have those brackets again on the corners. Now this often does something fairly magical to 2s, which is right here. When you have this corner poking into a 2, that means these 2 are crosses, which means this is solved like that. And that can be very helpful in a lot of ways. I'll always look for that one. Okay, so we have another pair of 3s stacked on each other. So let's put our other 2 segments and the X, and then we can resolve this in the S shape. And again, we have corner poking down at a 2, so let's finish that one there. Okay, I think that does it for our 3 patterns. So let's just look around and see what this has given us. Oh, there's another 3 pattern I want to show you. Okay, here we have a 3 where there's a segment that's poking into its corner here. And it could poke from any direction, or either direction, I should say. And what that gives you is on the opposite, diagonally opposite, it puts 2 segments like that. And now looking at this 2, which has already been solved with these 2 segments, we'll finish it off with the cross, the X like that. Then we know that this 3 does that and doesn't go to the side, which was the other possibility. which gives us the solution for this too as well. Okay, so we have another 3 here where there's a line poking into its corner, so the opposite side gets segments, which again helps us solve this too here, which is great. Any solution we can get. Looking down here at this 1, I can finish that by putting a segment on the one open side. And that does the same thing, poking into the 3. Then I can put the 2 lines there, which solves this 1. So I have 2 crosses and a line, finish with the last X there. And there you go. Okay, so this 2 has 2 segments, so it's finished. So I'm going to put the other cross on there. This line has nowhere to go except forward, so I'll do that, which finishes this 2 and gives me the solution for this 3. This 2 is also ready to be solved like that, which gives us the solution for this pair of 3s here. Look at that. Ain't that great? Okay. And this one solved this 3 too, because look, it can't go anywhere else. So we have to turn the corner there, and that 3 stays open. Okay, so what else? Okay, here's this 2 ready to be solved. This 2 is ready to be solved. This 1 as well. And what else? Okay, there's this 2 over here. So this is how after I've gotten all the obvious patterns, I just go through and I finish what's been started. So here we go. That needed to go somewhere. Okay. Again, we have another segment over here that needs to go somewhere. So it's got to turn that corner. This one as well needs to turn that corner. Oh, we have a 2 that's ready to be solved there. Don't know what's going on with this 3 yet. We have a couple segments. This segment needs to go somewhere, so it can go there. This segment as well. This segment as well. Okay, cool. So we still don't know whether this is an innie or an outie. So all 2s in the corners are either an innie, like this, where it goes around that way, or an outie, where it goes around the edge, like there. But we don't know yet because we're still working on this corner. We can see, however, that this segment needs someplace to go. So, I zoomed in accidentally, but that was nice. So I can put the segment here for this 1 and finish it with the cross, which gives me this 3. So this one is going to go around the 3 like that. And the only place it can go is down. So this 2 here needs 1 more line to be done, which means that this one has X's there, which means that this is a dead end. If I tried to put the segment down this way, it would have nowhere to go. So that's also an X, which solves this too. And we've got to join up our lines there. No gaps, no islands, no loose ends, just one continuous loop. Okay, here we have another potential dead end. So if this segment came down here, it would have nowhere to go. So I'll put an X there, which means it moves along this way. And this one is solved. So put an X there. It still has to move along. There we go. We have another potential for a dead end right here. So let's finish that with an X, which means this 2 and this 2 are both solved. Oops. Not oops, but oh boy. Here is that magical thing that 2s do. Excellent. Okay, so this line going back here has only one place to go, which means that this one does too. And what else can we do just by glancing at it? Okay, well, here's the thing I want to talk about, which is they call it closed regions, which is you have an area where the lines can't get out. So like this top left corner. So we have to figure out a way to join up all those lines in such a way that there's either everything is connected or there's no, that there's only even numbered open segments. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 open segments. That's good. That means that's solvable. If it was odd numbered, it wouldn't be solvable. So that can help us in discovering a solution. However, I think it's pretty obvious what the solution is here. So this segment will turn the corner, solving this 3, which means these lines have to go down this one. This one also has nowhere else to go. So there we go. And then we can't leave this behind as an island, so this is not going to be able to close across here. So if I put an X there, it illustrates how this one has to come down here, and this one has to come down here. Now, this segment has nowhere else to go but to turn the corner, so there we go, which solves that 1, right? So I'll put an X there. It's clear that this one has to turn and then turn again, which solves this 2. So let's put the X there, which makes it clear. This one comes down, and this one comes down. And we have our solved 3 there. There we go. Now jumping down to this 1, how are we going to solve that? Is it across the top or across the side? Well, if we went across the side, then, or we went across the top, that would leave a line with nowhere to go. So let's X that out and put in our line on the side. Now to join up with the rest of the shape, it's got to loop back into the big loop. So let's see. You can just use some imagination and see, well, here's a closed region. You've got an even number of ends, and so let's just connect this one to its closest one, and then this one to the remaining one. There we go. Okay, so here, this big segment over here, we don't want it to close off, so I'm just going to put an X there, which makes it clear that this line comes down here. Now this line could go here, here, we don't know yet, but let's have a look at this 3 here. This 3 is outside the loop. See, like everything that's joined inside the loop is inside, and then everything outside is outside. Like this big shape in here, that's outside the loop, right? So this 3 is outside the loop, and all areas that are outside of the loop actually have to, like, you can think of it like a body of water that has to open out into the ocean somehow. It has to go, this lake has to reach the edge there. So it can't close off here. This line doesn't have anywhere else to go but this way, so we know that that 1 is solved. And so this line can't use this one, so this line has to go that way. So it's pretty clear now that that's the way it opens to the edge, but you'll get a sense of when that happens. So this one had nowhere else to go but turn the corner, which finishes the 2, and we can just connect up these 2 lines, and that's the end of the puzzle. And we get our bonus quote from Crazy Dad as always. Education is the process of casting false pearls before real swine. I don't agree with that. Okay. All right. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you didn't, next time play it at double speed, and it'll at least be funny.